Hello, today I wanted to talk about buyer's representation and what it means to have a realtor working with you as a buyer and what we do for you. I think sometimes there's a lot of confusion about realtors and if we represent the seller, if we represent the buyer, and whose interest we're looking out for. So I actually wrote a document here called Understanding Buyer's Representation, 60 Ways I Work for You. And if you would like to get a copy of this, just let me know in the comments and I will gladly send it to you. But it covers 4 main things that a buyer's agent would do for you. The first thing that a buyer's agent does is offers you exclusive representation, skilled negotiation for you as a buyer. If you're going directly to the listing agent, they are working for the seller. And they are going to obviously be looking out for the seller's best interest and negotiating the terms that are most favorable to their client. So you need to have a realtor working on your side who's doing the same thing for you as the buyer. The second thing we do is take on legal and transactional assistance, especially in the state of Arizona. We do not have attorneys involved in our transactions. The realtors take on all of that legal responsibility. In many states, they do have attorneys present at the closing table and they're drafting the documents, but we do that here. And we have errors and omissions insurance on every transaction that covers us in that in case we need it, which thankfully I never have, but it's always there in the event we need it. We also have access to a legal hotline or designated brokers. So if a situation ever does come up, we have the ability to reach out to people and or the insurance to cover it. If you're representing yourself, you do not have that. We also have access to exclusive listings. I belong to several realtor marketing groups here in Central Phoenix, and we meet together at least once a month. And it gives us access to not only forming relationships with each other, but also we can go to those meetings and ask if anybody has a listing coming up that might meet your needs as a buyer. We also will hear about other listings that are coming onto the market before they hit MLS and the general public learns about them. So if you have a buyer's agent working for you, you would also have access to those exclusive listings. Finally, the other thing that an agent would do for you as a buyer is the time and effort savings. Imagine if you wanted to see 10 different homes. If you're working on your own, you would have to call each of those agents, figure out how to gain access to those homes, and how you would get that done in a timely manner. If you did want to make an offer on the property, knowing which paperwork to use, which advisories, the title company, the lender, all of those things that a realtor would have access to and make it seem smooth and easy. The reality is our job is a lot harder than it looks, and the public does not understand that. But we do a good job of hiding that. At least a good realtor would make sure that their client didn't know how much time and effort went into it. The late nights, the weekend calls between other agents and with the title company and the lenders. We want to make it as smooth and easy as possible for you. If you'd like to have access to my guide, Understanding Buyer's Representation, 60 Ways I Work for You, let me know in the comments and I will gladly send it to you. But from the initial meeting to lining up all the showings, to negotiating the contract in your favor, and then finally to meeting you at the home with the keys and wishing you many years of wonderful memories in your new home. If you're looking for an agent to represent you, give me a call. I'd love to meet you.